To the second of our card and the cuppas for July 2025. So just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to make sure that this is going out, and it looks like it is, so that's good. So I've just been playing around with my my stand that I attach my phone to, so I'm always very dubious about whether or not you'll be able to see things, but I think this looks fine. If I need to, I will raise things up so that you can see better. So this is the sample cards that I took with me this morning to Card and Cuppa over at Viv's Cafe at the Home Grange Craft Village. It's a fun fold. It will fold flat and fit quite nicely into a standard size UK envelope, and there is a trick to achieving that, which I will share with you later. So there is lots of panels of cards and paper and bits to fussy cut out. So I will show you I'm going to leave that there. I don't know if that stays there. It'll stay there. I'll show you the kit that everybody received. So of course there's the envelope. There is a base card which measures, and I did write it all down, believe it or not. I just have to find my measurements. So this piece measures 14.9 from top to bottom by 21 centimetres. So you can get 2 of these out of a sheet of A4 cardstock. And then it's been scored 3 times. So the first one is 5.25, 10.5, and then 15.75. And you want it so that the centre score line is away from you, so it's a valley fold. And then the other 2 sides you want to do a mountain fold. So make sure that you burnish everything really well. And then this one gets folded back too. Like so. So it looks like a, well, to me it looks like a W. Someone said it's an M, but no, I think it's a W. So that's my base card. I'm going to open it up again. There were 4 pieces of lemon lolly cardstock, which go on these 4 panels here. She says 1, 2, 3, 4, and they measure 5 centimetres by 14.4, like that. There are also 4 pieces of double-sided paper. This comes from, I think it's retired, so it comes from the Mediterranean Blooms pack from Stampin Up. So on this one I was able to, because I made this weeks ahead before I started cutting everything for the kits. So this one has all 4 pieces the same. And then as I was cutting everything, I realised that actually I didn't have enough to do all of that. So some people got all 4 the same. Other people got 4 pieces, 2 of which were the same. Now we're doing lemons, so I'm not going to actually use that side of the paper. I'm going to use this blue side. So the idea is that they will go on there. I will glue those in a second. There is a piece of white which measures 7.5 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and that's been scored in the centre at 7.5. So again, we're going to fold that like so. This is the piece that creates this piece that bridges between the very left and the very right panels. So we have that. We have some lemon lolly squares. So they are 7 by 7, like that. And again, we have squares of double-sided paper, and these are 6.5 by 6.5. So you can do it as the lemons, or you can do it as the whatever the reverse is. It's really up to you. And I think I'm actually going to keep mine as the reverse. There was or is a square of white which measures 5 by 5, so that will fit on there, and it's for a sentiment or whatever. And then there was also a large image from the paper that needed to be fussy cut, so I've already done that so that you didn't actually have to sit there and watch me fussy cut. Now, I made a bit of a mess of this in doing so, so I'm just going to cut that leaf off before it falls off. There we go. So that will sit on here. So I've got a lot of gluing to do, I'm afraid. So please bear with me for a second. I guess I could have done a here's one I made earlier, but that's not really the point, as I know some of you have got kits and you want to see what goes where. So I'm just gonna, I should have got a tape because that would have been a lot quicker. But hey, so that's gonna. And it's really up to you as to which piece of paper you put on which panel. You could put that in the middle and the blue on the outside, but I decided to actually keep it so that the design is on this flowery design is on the outside. Oh, I don't know what's going on at the moment, but I'm beginning to think I've got hay fever again. So, trying not to itch my nose. Oh. There you go. So I hope you've all been keeping well and have managed to keep you cool over the last few weeks where we've had this awful, well, it's not awful, the heat though, something that we're not really used to here. I know it's quite sad really. One minute we're complaining that it's raining and the next minute we're complaining it's too hot. So we shouldn't do either, especially since they're now saying that there's going to be hose pipe bans. We're lucky because so far Thames Water haven't said that there's going to be one in our area. My daughter sent us a message saying, see, there's going to be a hose pipe ban and you're going to be affected. It's like, no, the hose pipe ban is in RG4 and we're in RG40. She says, well, no, I thought it was everything that started with RG4. It's like, no, there is an RG4 close to Reading, so it's not us. Thank goodness. Although, having said that, I mean, I've been doing my bit, and sadly my plants have suffered as a result, and I haven't really been watering things. The only thing I have been watering with a hose is a hedge. We have a big woodland right next to us, and over the last few years that woodland the trees have been encroaching onto us, and it's affected one of our hedges, in fact, to the point that it basically died. So we had all the trees chopped back to the fence line, and had a new hedge put in, and of course really don't want it to die because of the weather, so I have actually been taking the hose out and watering it, not for very long, but just enough to make sure that it does keep going. So the moment it's still looking quite good. Right, so those are my 4 panels on the base card, and also the glue on my craft mat, which I'm just going to take off with my glue eraser. So that's that sorted. So I have that. Next I'm going to do, so I've done these. I'm now going to work on this piece that bridges, as I say, from the left to the right. So I'm going to glue the paper onto the cardstock. And this one I don't have to worry too much about which way up it is because it's the pattern, it's not lemons. Obviously if it was the lemons, I really would have to make sure that when I come to stick this on here, that I am not putting them on upside down. But hey, so I think that's okay. Because I had originally cut it from the other side, I'm just going to flatten these edges down with my thumbnail. Because when you cut with a paper trimmer, which has a cutting blade, you will find that when the blade goes through the paper or cardstock, it pushes down so that you'll end up with a ridge on the other side. So if you do have to turn your piece over because you've made a bit of a boo-boo, you'll need to make sure that you do flatten your edges down a bit, just to make sure. So then these are going to fit on here. I've got one on here, like so, and one on here. I'm hoping that's not sort of turning your eyes a bit funny, because it certainly is at mine at the moment. That pattern is just one of those that, oh, if you look at it too much, it's a bit mesmerising. Alright, so that's that piece. Okay, oops, another bit of glue there. So what we need to do, or what I need to do, is I need to fold this up, and then this is going to get glued to this front piece and then the back piece. But what I do need to make sure is that this will fit in the envelope. I know it will fit top to bottom, so I want to make sure that it will fit side to side. So there's not much point in me just sort of having it just attached there, simply because it won't then fit in the envelope. So I want to have it sort of nice. I also want to try and make sure that it's right. It's the same distance top and bottom. So I'm going to actually use my, I know this is in inches, so hey, but it's like, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 squares, which means I need to have it 1.5. So that's about right, actually. Oh, not bad going at all. So I don't want to put the glue on all of this, because if I did that, then basically it would stick to this and to the back piece. So I'm just going to put a line, a small rectangle of glue here. And also you don't want it squidging out. There'll be nothing worse than having glue squidging out the side of your card. So that's that bit, like so. And then because that bit's fixed on, it should be relatively easy just to simply put the glue on and shut this over to glue it to the other piece. And then what you do want to make sure, I was going to say that we don't have to make sure that it will open completely, because the card is supposed to be like that. So that's what it looks like from there. Right, so I now have my piece of lemon, which I'm going to attach to here, and I'm actually going to use some dimensionals, which I know there are some here because I was using them earlier. Not that that means anything. There they are. Trying to keep my workspace tidy. Doesn't always work. So I want to have that lemon sort of virtually so that it's vertical. I just need to sort of double check as to where I need to put these. So I can put one down the bottom of there. Put one down in there. So what I don't want to be doing is like putting the piece on here, because then it will try and stick to whatever's further under. I think I can put a little piece in there. And a piece there. So I think that will do it. So we're going to take the backing off this and put this on. So because of the way the card is folded, and also with this extra layer, even without this extra layer, the card is too big, too thick to go as a standard size card, I'm afraid. So it would have to go as a large letter. So that's that bit done. And then I want to do this piece to go on here. So it's really up to you again. I mean, it was really simple on here. I simply stamped a hello little image. So it's this little image here from the Citrus Bloom stamp set, which is designed to go with the paper that I'm using. So I use this one. But there are also flowers and some sentiments. I'm not going to use these sentiments though. I went to the Bracknell Craft Show the other week, and I decided I was going to buy some new stamps and things. So I bought this sweet little set. So it's really, really nice. So it's got all sorts of sentiments on. Although someone said today, do you have happy anniversary? And I looked at it and thought, oh, no, I don't. So we used celebrate today instead. So there's all sorts of sentiments on here that you can sort of use for all sorts of occasions, even if it doesn't specifically say happy anniversary. So I'm going to do a happy birthday. So this is from Uninco. They are an English stamp company, and the stamps are actually made in the UK, which is quite nice. And they have their own website. So I'm going to, I thought, no, I will buy these. And I've not met Bev before. She's the owner of Uninco, but she and I were both on a design team ages ago. So it's nice to be able to support someone with a small business. So that's what I did. Right, okay, so I took with me this morning some old olive and some lemon lolly, which, as someone said, actually you can't see it that well. It's okay on the card, but for the cardstock, but you can't really see it here. So I thought, okay, well, in that case then I'll get Daffodil Delight out, which is a bit darker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use do the flowers, these little flowers. I'm going to stamp these and stamp these on here. Though having said that, I might just think what I'm going to try is I'm going to stamp them on here first and then stamp them on there, because I don't want them to be too dark, because I want to be able to stamp the sentiment over. So let's see how this goes. So there's those. So those are a bit brighter, but not much, looking at them. So let's put them on here. They're not that much brighter than the other one, so I'm going to put this one on the back here. I may as well make use of it all, so that let's put it that way, I think. And I might need to put some more on. Let's see, scrap bit of paper. Okay. Just to grab a piece out of my notepad. There we go. Stamp that on there. I like to have things going off a page. That's that. I don't think I need that anymore. And I'm going to do the happy birthday in Old Olive. Again, I'm going to stamp on here. It's nice. Put that on here. Like so. I could actually go nuts and do the other little bit. So they do all sorts of things to decorate. And again, I'm going to stamp off. Apologies if you hear a dog starting to bark. I have my daughter's dog here at the moment. It can be quite a restless song. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Close that up and move it out of the way. So this is going to go on here like that. You've got all sorts of areas at the back that you can write your you want your greetings or whatever. You can just about write it. And I want some foam pads again. Go for one in the middle as well. What the heck? They're my foam pads. I can go nuts with them if I want to. So this is going to go on here. Like so. And I think I was going to put a bit of bling on, and I think I will. I had all sorts of bits that I got out to put on there, but I think I might actually just use some rhinestones, and it's yonks since I've used just rhinestones, and I know I have some in my stash here. There we go. So I think I'm going to put them just the little ones. Don't think I need big ones. Let's just pick them up with that. So I'm going to put one there, one there, and I think one there. So just put them in the centre of those little flowers, just to bling it up. And I don't need to do anything else. Oh look, I somehow managed to get a stray rhinestone on my envelope. Don't know how that happened, but hey, let's try and put that back on here. There we go. Oops. Let's move all this junk out of the way. Let's put the lid back on the glue. Leave it upside down. So I've done my envelope. It's got some flowers on the front and flowers on the back. That can go out the way to be cleaned. Don't need my scissors. There we go. Let's get rid of all these backing for the foam pads. Because again, if I leave them there, they'll only end up going on the floor and then on the dog or on me. So let's throw them away. There we go. So those are my cards from today's Card and a Cuppa. So that was the sample that I took with me, this one. And then this one is the one that so the one on the left is the one that I just made, and the one on the right is the one that I took as the sample this morning. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing those. This will get uploaded to YouTube because Facebook are now deleting the videos after a month. So it will go up on my YouTube channel in the next few days. And I will also put on there in the description the actual size for cutting and scoring to make this card. So if you want to make it yourself, then you'll be able to just use those dimensions on the in the description for the YouTube video. So there is no Card and a Cuppa next month, August. We're just taking a break. So be back in September with Card and a Cuppa and virtual Card and a Cuppas. What else are we doing? Craft and Chat continues on the Mondays at 4:30 in the afternoon. So if you want to join in, then just visit my my blog, which is creatingwithfiona.com. Click on the Craft and Chat. Just visit that page, and you'll see the link there to join each Monday. There's also a supply list there. So that's it really. Have a good summer. If I don't see you on Craft and Chat, then hopefully we can catch up in September for Card and a Cuppa. Okay, take care. Bye.